This is alarming. I can't even hold you. Look at what's really going on. Look at it. The Dallas Cowboys are confused from the beginning. Jalen Smith been buns the whole season. Van Der Esch barely playing. We get confused and we allow them to get penetration. Carson Wentz should have threw the ball at this point. Should have threw the ball at this point too. There's so many times that he had an opportunity to get this ball off. Instead, he takes the second fumble of the game, loses the ball. This was that 4th and 3. Doug called the right play. The play had to be executed. You can't fault Doug for going for it here because the play was right. Look at these guys confused. Look, this is Ward is wide open up the middle. Look, Rager coming across. I believe if you hit Rager right here, you might score. You might score if you hit Rager right here. If you hit Rager right here, you might score. The outside cornerback's head is turned. There's so many things going good for us if he throw the ball right here. I don't understand you, Carson. I don't get it. But these are the type of plays right here that we can't defend. These are the type of plays we can't defend. Doug Peterson, in my opinion, blocked a career day from Boston Scott. And I believe Carson Wentz blocked the career day for Jalen Rager. You know what I mean? Nobody's catching that dude with that amount of space. We drafted him because of his speed. You can't take a sack on the 4th down play, let alone not be able to throw that ball to the guy who's open. It just don't make any sense at this point, man. Wow. Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, make sure you guys go out there and make sure you vote. You know what I'm saying? Every vote counts. It don't matter who you voting for. I'm not here to endorse any candidate. I'm just out here telling you to do your civic duty. You know what I mean? Voting is important to me because hundreds of years ago, you know what I mean, when this country was founded, people like me wasn't allowed to vote. We've worked our way from the bottom to being able to be in this position to vote. So that's why I'm saying it's extremely important for people who look like me to vote. Go out there and let your voice be heard. You know what I'm saying? And do what's right for you. The second reason why it's so important to me is because I'm a veteran. You know what I'm saying? I went to combat for this country, and I feel like that, veterans should be eager to vote for the simple fact that it chooses who's the next commander in chief. It chooses the next guy who's saying you're going to go over here to fight for this country. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. It chooses that guy. So you know what I'm saying? Go out there and vote. Make your decision wisely. Make sure your voice heard and be a good example, man, for everybody out there who think that they shouldn't vote. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video. Listen, man, at the end of the day, we're at the halfway point of the season, and it's time to give out some midway grades to a few positions that I think are critical for us turning this thing around. You know what I'm saying? For the rest of the season. Now, we 3-4-1. First place in the NFC East. Got a bye week. Got a chance to get healthy. We're on a 2-game winning streak for the first time in the season. You know what I'm saying? Not real impressed right now with how the first half of the season went as a Philadelphia Eagles fan. I'm not going to lie to you. Not real impressed at all. You got to think about it. We was only able to beat 2 backups in Daniel Jones. That's just what it boils down to. We fell short against Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens, fell short against Ben Roethlisberger, fell short against Jared Goff. But at the end of the day, my team has been juggling lineups on the offensive side and the defensive side of the ball the entire year. For the last 3 years, that's just been the nature of the Philadelphia Eagles. You know what I'm saying? We can't use injury as an excuse. We've never been a team to use injury as an excuse. But at the same time, consistency matters, especially on your offensive line. You know what I'm saying? Especially on your offensive line. Now, I'm going to start there with the offensive line through the first half of the season. I got to give the offensive line I gotta give them a D. I gotta give the offensive line a D. I think we got the most sacked quarterback. Our quarterback takes the most hits. A lot of it's not on the offensive line, but a lot of it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and give them a D. I'm gonna stay on the offensive side of the ball for this one, man. Running backs, I got Miles Sanders in the running back group as a B. As a B plus, could be an A if Doug utilized them more. Wide receivers, I actually got the wide receivers as a B plus as well, because the wide receivers have been getting open. The wide receivers have been getting separation. Travis Fulgham helped bolster that group. Rager, when healthy, is a force. John Hightower is a guy who could play well. So you can't use the excuse anymore that Carson Wentz don't got weapons. The weapons are there now. The weapons in the running back room, the weapons in the wide receiver room are there. The weapons in the tight end room are there. You know what I mean? I've seen it. I've seen Dallas Goedert out, and I've seen Zach Ertz out, and I've seen Rodgers come up with like an 80-yard game. I saw it with my own eyes. You know what I'm saying? The pieces are there for the Philadelphia Eagles. The offensive line, D, running backs, B+, wide receivers, B+. Who's next? The quarterback, I got to give Carson Wentz a C-. Only reason why you're getting a C- from me is because we're still number one in the NFC East. You're talking about a guy who leads the league in interceptions, who leads the league in complete turnovers. You know what I mean? The offensive coaches, y'all could share. Y'all could take a D. You know what I mean? Quarterback coach, you could take a D. Running back coach, I'm gonna exclude him. You get that B+ with your group. Wide receiver coach, I'll give you that B+ with your group as well, because they doing something right. You know what I'm saying? They getting separation. They're doing something right. Doug Peterson and Carson Wentz, I got to give y'all a D. All those offensive minds that we brung into this, got to give them a D. I'll tell you why. I believe Carson Wentz's play has helped devalue the offensive line, actually. Carson Wentz had, as you just saw in the Baldy breakdown, Carson Wentz has this bad knack for holding on to the ball. Carson Wentz held on to the ball against Dallas 2 times. It resulted in the fumble. On the 4th and 3, he held on to the ball. That you just saw in the breakdown. Multiple guys wide open. No need to hold on to the ball right there. You put yourself in a position to get hit and lose the ball when you do stuff like that. It just is what it is. Doug Peterson's play calling has been atrocious. It's been ridiculous. Doug Peterson goes for 4th downs, in my opinion, sometimes that you don't have to go for. It's been ridiculous. Doug Peterson's utilization of key players. Yeah. So shout out to Tasha L real quick, man. You know what I'm saying? Tasha L, she won, the Flick Chat Pick'em. You know what I'm saying? Get with me, Tasha, man. Get your bread. I already put it in the community chat. You know what I'm saying? Next pick'em is going to be for the Eagles-Giants game in New York. So that's the next pick'em that we got scheduled, and we're going to do it that way. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to what I think about the defensive side of the ball. Listen, man, at the end of the day, I think the defense was pretty good. Overall, pretty good, with the exception of the linebacking core. I think the cornerbacks actually were B. They were B+ caliber cornerbacks for the scheme that they in. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get beat over the top of the head with a lot of deep balls like a lot of people were doing to us last season. Now it's looking like that it switched to a situation to where you could basically just gouge us through the middle and take advantage of the weak linebacker play. So that's what it's looking like. Defensive line, I got to give them guys an A-. They only get an A-, in my opinion, because sometimes they gave up a couple big runs, especially to the Rams. They gave up some runs, you know what I mean, that I didn't appreciate. And sometimes they overcommit. Misdirection has been an Achilles heel for this team, so I'm going to give them an A- right there on the defensive line. Let's move on to the linebacking core. I got to give the linebacking core a D. The only reason why the linebacking core don't get an F is because the talent is there. You know what I'm saying? The talent is there on the line at the linebacking core. You know what I mean? Tori, whose pacifier is that? Is that your sister's? Tori, whose pacifier is that? Is that Mila's? Whose is that? It was in here? Anyway, they get a D-. Yeah, only reason why they not getting an F, like I said, man, the talent is there. Okay, hold on, boo. Yeah, the talent is there. They didn't put the right talent on the field. I think we could have been way better. The cornerbacks, like I said, they get a B. Slay, we ain't been getting beat over the top of the head. The defense is vastly improved, in my opinion. On the defensive side of the ball, I believe our most valuable player has emerged. Our most valuable player this season has been Brandon Graham. 7 sacks, looking like an all-pro caliber guy. You know what I'm saying? What we have to do moving forward, like I said, is we have to get Carson Wentz to take what the defense is giving them and play within the situations of the game, not do so much. And on the defensive side of the ball, I think we just got to continue to get healthy and put the proper linebackers out there. I think this football team can beat anybody if Carson Wentz just takes what the defense is giving to him. You know what I'm saying? On that first interception that he threw to Rager, you know what I mean? He had a running lane of 15 yards. He could have ran for a 15-yard gain. He was already in the red zone at that point. You know what I'm saying? It's about being smart, man, and just blowing teams out and not giving teams the time of day. You know what I mean?